Hey guys, it's Sam. This is my final review video for Management 301. Um, I started off obviously watching everyone else's videos, their final group videos. I started off with the little Energizer bunnies, and I thought that one of my favorite things about their group is that they always just look like they're friends, which I think we should be friends. We're all students, and it's really cool to see how they made their group work based on kind of this little bond they had. So just a couple notes about their video, they are really good friends, but they got along really well. So I kind of found myself feeling like I was kind of just eavesdropping on a conversation between them, and I didn't really get straight points to the to me as an audience, but it's just a minor thing. It wasn't as formal as it could have been maybe, but I think they really had some genuine thoughts, and I thought it was interesting because they would kind of trail off and feed off of each other and made some really good points, especially about the books. I was really impressed with some of the stuff they were saying about overcoming bias. It was really interesting. Then I watched Management Group 1. I really give them credit for working with technology like that, because that looked really complicated, and they did the best they could, and it worked out. I understood what they were saying because it was really well organized. They broke it down, and I just thought it was super clear that they worked really well together, and it seemed like they got a lot out of the class, which I can agree with. So it was really nice to see that. The Eagles, I was a little confused. I don't know if they just put the wrong link for their video, because I guess they had the last chapters, so they just did a review video of the just a regular chapter video. So I was a little confused, but I hope that they got it done, all their stuff done. So and then I watched the basketball team group. I thought they another obvious thing about them is that they just get along really well, and they work as a team really well, and I think that has something to do with the fact that they're athletes and they work on teams all the time. So yeah, I thought that was really awesome. Their community service sounded really good. They took what they know they're good at, lifting heavy stuff and helping with the DRC, and found what they could do to help, and I just thought that was really awesome. And they seemed like they really learned a lot from this class. I liked hearing their examples of stuff they liked about the class. So yeah, those were the videos. I think again it was really awesome to see what everyone else got out of the class as a group. And so now I'm going to talk about individually what I thought of the class. So I really enjoyed this class. It was completely foreign to me, this online video thing. So I give everyone credit for making it through it, because it was very challenging. And I think as far even though it was such a kind of confusing to figure out at first, I think Professor Gower kind of had an underlying, figure your own stuff out. That's what the real world is like, and I thought that was just kind of awesome. She just kind of put us in there and made herself totally available, but it kind of made me want to challenge myself to figure it out on my own. I'm going to be doing this hopefully in the future, so I should learn how to do it now. So that aspect of the class was probably my favorite. And then I really enjoyed all the books we read, especially How to Win Friends. I seriously, as soon as I read that, I read it in a day. I listened to it. I went to work and just was applying it to how I was talking to people, and just, I don't know, it really made an instant impact on me, and I reference it a lot actually to not even business majors. So I think that's says a lot. I just really appreciated, like, I think the books like worked really well, especially in sequence with the class. Like reading Overcoming Bias first was good for like preparing us um, to go into this business world with like good ethics and everything. And then How to Win Friends was really good to actually be in that world and give really awesome real world examples. And then um, Blink was just like that final like, okay, so like now that you know um, how to like interact with people, let's talk about confidence and like your gut and science. And it was really interesting. It was a little, that Blink was a little bit harder for me to read because there was a lot of facts, but I still really liked it. Another part of the class that I like was, I can't believe I'm actually saying that I liked it, but the blogs, like, as much as, like, as difficult as they were to, like, kind of make time to sit down and write, I really, like, enjoyed that style of, like, teaching myself, because a lot of the times, professors are like, read this chapter, you'll have a quiz on it next class, and it's like, oh, okay, like, I have to hold myself accountable to read that and learn and understand. But when you're forced to write a blog about it, like, I wanted to write a good blog that made sense to me and people reading it. So I think that really helped me understand the information. And the textbook was just like really easy to read, but it, like, all the assessments and stuff really helped me apply what I was learning as I was reading. So that was really awesome. What else? Another part of the class, just like the whole meeting with the group outside. Like, when I signed up for an online class, I was like, okay, I'm not going to know anyone in this class. And then, alas, I found a bunch of really awesome people in Ideas R Us, my group. So I thought that was like kind of a fun surprise for the class. And just as far as like working with a group of strangers, virtual strangers, we just were thrown into this group, and it was just kind of interesting seeing our journey and our growth. One thing I like really noticed was that in the beginning we all like made our what we would do as a group, so like our roles as in the group. So yeah, like Sabrina said she was going to be the scheduler, and that rang true. But a lot of the times, we kind of just fell into our own roles. Like, most of the time, I was kind of like the organizer of videos. I would just be like, hey, so what do you think of this? And then we would talk about it. And then, like, Jordan was super good at, like, technology stuff, and Andy was good comic relief, and just, like adding some like real world examples, stuff like that, because he's older and he has more experience than us. And then Jordan was just like always on like his stuff, like always able to just like sit down and like figure stuff out when we needed to explain it a certain way. And I just think that like not always are you like, you can't always predict like what you can be. Like, you have to kind of figure it out based on who you're working with, your team, how you're managing that. Like, I just think that was a very like natural way that we all fell into place. And after like learning more about just like the fundamentals of a group and stuff like that, it was really interesting to see how we all just fell into our place. So just in general, working with my group, it was really awesome to see how we like developed over time. And like, I can genuinely say I learned a whole lot in this class, and I think my group did too. Just like not just management stuff, just like how to work in a group. And I'm gonna definitely take that through other classes, and hopefully use what I learned in this class, which was a ton, in my future in business. So thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you guys have a great summer, and if you have any exams left, good luck.